Hi guys, today we're going to show you how to install a drop-in sink for a bathroom vanity. Let me point you down here, I'll show you what we got. The sink that was in here was an oval shaped sink and I cannot find one for whatever reason. They're just hard to find. The one that was in here, my tenant cracked, one in each bathroom. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this today, but I want to preserve my formica and I don't want to break it off because I want to make sure it goes back on here, okay? So I've got my pieces and everything. But what I'm going to do in the meantime, I don't want to install an entire new cabinet because they're a couple $100. It's going to take me some time to pull it out. It's going to take me some time to install the new one. And there's some plumbing issues that I would have over here in the back side that I don't want to mess with. So my best and easiest bet is a $50 sink. You've heard of putting a square peg in a round hole, and as you can see, they don't fit. So what we've got to do today, cut this hole so that it will fit this square sink. How we do that is pretty simple. We line it up on our sink top, and we are going to measure from the edges all the way around to the edge of the sink, all the way around, and we are going to trim out these corners so that this square sink will fit down in this round hole, okay? So the first thing I do is I turn my sink upside down, and then I take my pencil, draw a line on the side here, all the way down if possible. Just draw it down. Now draw one in the back, all the way across, draw one in the front, all the way across. Okay, I've got my lines for the outline of my sink. Okay, now I'm going to take and I'm going to measure. The edges here are 2 inches. I'm going to write it down, 2 inches. Back here, the measurement is 3 1/4 inches. This side over here is the same, so it's 2 inches, and the front is 2 1/2 inches. So I wrote it on my sink so I would know what my dimensions should be so I can cut out my hole. Okay, I'm going to take my sink off. I'm going to lay it over here out of the way. The difference between doing it this way and buying one of these is about $150 per sink. So it's easier, way easier, just to buy a sink and cut this out. But I don't want to ruin my formica. So what I'm going to do is, I know here I've got 2 inches. So I'm going to put me an inch. I'm going to go back about 1 inch and 3/4 and make a line. Okay. Down here, do the same thing from my side of my sink. 1 and 3/4 inches. Alright, then here from the side of my sink in the front 2 1/2, so I'm going to go about 2 1/4. Alright, over here 2 1/4, over here 2 1/4, over here 1 and 3/4 inches. Alright, so I'm going to be cutting this out. Now what I want to do is I want to take something with a square edge. Alright, something with a square edge that's flat. I'm going to use this piece of formica. It's got a pretty good square edge. And I'm going to take and I'm going to put it right here. And I'm just going to make a square corner. Right here. Right here. Here. And here. I'm going to take this piece of formica with the straight edge. And I'm going to lay it on here. I'm going to draw it all the way across. Okay, so I'm going to cut this little piece here out. I'll do the same thing up here on this corner. Now I've got I think the top edge, I guess it was 3 1/4. So I'm going to come down from this corner. I'm just going to come down about 3. I'm just going to give myself a little bit of room. I'm going to take and I'm going to line that corner up right there. Usually that's the most square. And I'm going to cut this little corner out. That little corner out right there. I'll cut that corner out. I'm going to do the same thing over here. 3 Go 3. 1 3/4. 1 3/4. Alright, I'm going to cut this corner out right here. Okay, so I've got my corners marked. I've got this corner, this corner, this corner, and across the front, and this corner. I'm going to cut all those out, and my sink should just sit right down in there. And I'll use part of this circle, and I want to cut the whole thing out. Now the key is I am going to take a cutoff saw, or a cutoff wheel. I'm going to use my little cutoff tool, and I'm going to score these corners of this formica. I'm going to score them with it before I use my jigsaw so that it will not break my formica off. Let me get that tool, and I'll show you what it is. This little tool is an electric high-speed cutoff tool. Bought this thing for about $10 at Harbor Freight. Guys, I use this thing for all kinds of stuff. It'll cut steel, it'll score formica, it'll cut wood, you can buy different attachments for it. These little abrasive wheels that it comes with, these things will cut steel, wood, you name it. That's what I'm going to use. I'm going to take my cutoff wheel. Make sure that you use glasses to do this, alright? So I'm going to zoom in on this one corner right here so you can see exactly what I'm going to be doing. As you can see, I've got my little corner right here. I'm going to go from here to that corner, and I'm just going to score it. Now, it creates a lot of dust and it stinks because it smells like burnt wood. Now, as you can see, I'll take my jigsaw and I'll cut this corner out, and that'll protect this formica on the outside from busting off, okay? As long as I don't get against it over here on the outside. I'm going to do this corner as well. I'm going to do this corner as well. This one I've got to go all the way across the front of it. Okay. Now I'm going to do the far corner. Now pardon, I'm going to block the camera a little bit. Pardon my... Okay. Over here. In this corner, I'm going to do this back corner. I'm going to zoom back out a little bit. You can see I've got all 4 corners marked. Now I've got to take my jigsaw. I'm going to plug my jigsaw in. Now there's different types of jigsaw blades, guys. This one right here is jigsaws move up and down. This one, I've got one that is a reverse cut blade for fine tooth, for clean cut wood, reverse cut. So what that means is it doesn't cut coming up, it cuts going down. Now that's important because if it comes up, it's going to catch the edge of that formica and bust it off. But pushing down, it won't. Okay? Start right here in the corner. And I'm going to cut down through my... Made a clean cut on the corner, and I did not mess up my formica around it, okay? Now this one's going to be a little bit different. chips the formica a little bit, but remember the edge of the sink is way over here. So I've got a little bit of wiggle room, but I still wanted to score it so I wouldn't have a problem with it. Let me go ahead and cut these other pieces out, and we'll drop the sink in, see how it works. Got all these two corners taken out. So this one, and this one. Now I've got to cut all the way across here. But first I'm going to cut down this side here, okay? Move my cord out of the way of my blade. Okay guys, we got this all cut out. I'm going to drop my sink in and see how it fits. Take my sink, lay it right in there. That one is ready for plumbing. That simple. Guys, it's that simple. It lays down flat all the way around. And what you'll do is you'll install your faucet and your drain hardware, and then you will caulk this. You will get all that installed, hooked up, then you will caulk this in once you get it where you need it. Alright? It's that simple. Hope you learned something today, guys. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching our video. Watch the next video after this one and see if you learned something from it too. Thanks again, guys. Talk to you soon.